Wow, these Big Ten SEC matchups are something else. They're better than the BCS Bowl games most years, and so it was again today, and especially at the Outback Bowl. South Carolina and Michigan. MarkRogersTV just minutes after the Gamecocks defeated the Wolverines 33-28. And I guess we start at the end. 11 seconds left to play. The Gamecocks driving down the field. They had to convert a 4th and 3 at one point. And also Connor Shaw and Dylan Thompson, in relief of an injured Connor Shaw during the drive, had to escape sack situations a number of times. Michigan defensive linemen not being able to wrap it up and complete the sack that possibly could have ended this game. But South Carolina found themselves with just about 17, 18 seconds left to play through the touchdown pass on the blitz from Michigan. Dylan Thompson up top to Bruce Ellington from 32 yards out. And South Carolina, with 11 seconds left to play, breaks the maize and blue 33-28. Probably the play of the game, though, turned in by what we called the best player in college football just a few days ago, Jadeveon Clowney. Michigan had just been awarded a spot very nicely by the officials. It was not, or should not have been, a first down. It was clearly short of the sticks, but Michigan given a first down. And on the next play, Jadeveon Clowney into the backfield laid one of the all-time hits on a Michigan back, and the fumble was recovered by Clowney, set up the game-leading touchdown by South Carolina at that point, which was an amazing catch by Ace Sanders, and we'll talk a little bit more about Ace Sanders in just a second. An incredible one-handed catch in which he pulled it in with 1 foot in the back of the end zone to give South Carolina a lead. But credit the maize and blue. Devin Gardner led a drive back down the field. Jeremy Gallen, 9 catches for $145 and 2 touchdowns. This little Michigan receiver is so quick, great hands, very elusive, made clutch catches. And his last one looked like it might give Michigan the win. 3rd and 13. And on the slant pattern, Gallen made the catch. Gardner delivered the throw. And Michigan went up at that point 28-27. Would not be able to convert the 2-point conversion. And then South Carolina went to business again. Connor Shaw and Dylan Thompson. And the Michigan defenders, especially Jabril Black from Cincinnati. He had 2 sacks on the day, but he needed a third. He had Connor Shaw in his grasp. He spun out of it, let him go. And I know that the Michigan defense was worn down at that point. They had played their hearts out, but they just needed to wrap up one of these sacks. They repeatedly, on that final drive by the Gamecocks, let Thompson and Shaw free to convert big 3rd down plays. What a ball game this was. And again, Ace Sanders with an electric 68-yard punt return for a touchdown. He caught 9 for 92, including what proved to be the game changer after the Jadeveon Clowney ridiculous play on the forced fumble. And Ace Sanders, just another one of those freakish players for South Carolina. And as we stated on Twitter, let's see, how did we say it? Ace Sanders, freakishly freakish freak with a little freak on the side as well. So South Carolina defeats Michigan to win this one in thrilling fashion at the Outback, 33-28. South Carolina wins 11 games, will finish in the top 7 or 8 in the country. Michigan has to be the best, by far, 8-5 team in the land. Look at their losses. Alabama, and then the rest of them very close. They were competitive right across the board. Ohio State, 12-0. Ohio State barely beat them 26-21. Of course, the Notre Dame game, Denard Robinson threw 4 picks in that game. Otherwise, Michigan outgained the Irish, and of course, they're number 1. Tough season for Michigan. They lost Denard Robinson in the Nebraska game, and that's before they discovered Devin Gardner and went with Bellamy, a quarterback who was awful in that game. They lost to Nebraska. I think they're a better team than Nebraska. So Michigan, despite 8-5, they can hold their heads high with a number 5 or 6 recruiting class coming in for Brady Hoke in 2013. But we look at this game as a thriller, and hopefully the BCS will deliver as well, although we doubt it with the likes of Louisville and Northern Illinois in the mix. South Carolina, Michigan fans, Big Ten and SEC supporters, let's hear what you have to say.